The coffee tasted wrong that morning, metallic, like I'd bitten my tongue and swallowed blood, except there was no blood, just Karen adjusting her new Hermes scarf in the hallway mirror. "You're coming tonight, right?" she asked without looking at me. "Your mom's dinner?" "It's not a dinner, David. It's a celebration. My promotion deserves better than you calling it that." I watched her check her teeth, tilt her chin, settle on the smile she'd use later, the one that didn't include me. "I'll be there," I said. "Before we dive deeper into this story, I have one small request. Please subscribe, drop a like, comment, and hit that hype button to boost this channel so more people can discover these incredible Reddit stories." She finally turned. "Wear the blue shirt, not the one with the frayed collar." Then she was gone, heels clicking down the stairs like a countdown timer. I stood in the kitchen, holding my penny-flavored coffee, staring at the empty space on the wall. The spot where our wedding photo used to hang. She'd taken it down 3 weeks ago, said the wall needed updating. Karen worked in one of the new glass towers by the marina, the kind that reflected sunlight so sharply it made everything around it look older, smaller. She'd just been promoted, and her family treated it like a national event. The dinner was at the Grand Coastal, the hotel that hosted every wedding, every corporate victory lap in town. Her parents had reserved the private dining room, the one with the chandelier that cost more than my truck. The dinner was at the Grand Coastal, the hotel that hosted every wedding and corporate gala in town. Karen's parents had reserved the private dining room, the one with the chandelier that cost more than my truck. I wore the blue shirt. Her father, Richard, greeted me with a handshake that felt like a performance. "David, good of you to make it." Like I was a vendor who'd arrived on time. Karen's mother, Patricia, kissed the air near my cheek. "We ordered for the table already. Hope you don't mind." They'd ordered salmon. I'm allergic to salmon. They knew this. I ordered a burger from the bar menu. Patricia's smile tightened like a closing fist. The fourth chair at our table stayed empty through appetizers. Karen kept checking her phone, that little smile playing at her lips, the one she used to give me. "We're expecting someone," Richard said, cutting his steak with surgical precision. "Gregory Vance, Senior VP at Hollis. He's been instrumental in Karen's career development." Development. That's what we were calling it. Gregory arrived during the main course. Tall, silver at the temples, wearing confidence like cologne. He shook Richard's hand, kissed Patricia's cheek, and clapped me on the shoulder like we were old friends. "You must be David. Heard a lot about you." The way he said it made my spine straighten. He sat in the fourth chair, and suddenly I understood the geometry. Karen between Gregory and her parents. Me at the far end, like a child at the adult table. "Gregory just closed the Meridian account," Richard said. 18 million. 17.6, Gregory corrected with false modesty. "But who's counting?" Everyone laughed. I didn't. Karen's hand disappeared under the table. I watched her shoulder shift, saw Gregory's smirk widen. My penny coffee tongue went dry. "David works at the pier," Patricia said, like she was explaining an unfortunate medical condition. "It's very hands-on." "Someone's got to keep the lights on," I said. Richard's jaw twitched. "Gregory's been very generous with his mentorship. Karen's lucky to have such guidance." "Very lucky," Karen agreed, and her eyes met Gregory's with something that made my chest hurt. The dessert menu arrived. Karen excused herself to the restroom. Gregory checked his phone, grinning at something. Patricia and Richard discussed their upcoming trip to Monaco like I wasn't there. I pulled out my phone and opened our shared cell plan account, the family plan we'd set up 3 years ago when money was tighter. The bill breakdown showed every call, every text, every data ping. Karen's line had been very active, especially between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., especially with one number that appeared 40, 50, 60 times a day. I Googled the number, Gregory Vance, Senior Vice President, Baxter and Hollis. My burger tasted like ashes. When Karen returned, her lipstick was fresh. Gregory was still grinning at his phone. I saw it then, the identical notification lighting up both their screens simultaneously. "David," Patricia said, pulling me back to the table. "Richard and I have been discussing Karen's future. Her trajectory at Baxter and Hollis is quite promising." "She's worked hard," I said. "She deserves better," Richard said, and the word landed like a slap. "Better opportunities, better circles, better support," Patricia added. Karen's hand found Gregory's under the table again. She didn't even try to hide it anymore. "I need air," I said, standing. "We're not finished," Richard said. "I am." I walked out through the lobby, past the front desk where Jenny Martin was working. We'd gone to high school together. She gave me a sympathetic look that made everything worse. Outside, the ocean wind cut through my blue shirt. I called my buddy Ethan from the pier, the guy who manages our security systems. "You still have access to the Grand Coastal's camera archives?" I asked. "Yeah, we installed their new system last year. Why?" "I need to check something. Tomorrow, quietly." "How quietly?" "Very." Back inside, Karen was laughing at something Gregory said. I stood in the doorway, watching my wife perform happiness with another man while her parents applauded. She saw me and her face shifted, just for a second, into something cold and calculated. That night, she didn't come home until 3 a.m. I pretended to sleep while she showered, washing away evidence I didn't need anymore. I already knew. The next morning, I made coffee. The bitterness hadn't changed. "We need to talk," Karen said, standing in the kitchen doorway in her bathrobe. "Okay. My family thinks we should reconsider our arrangement." "Our marriage, you mean?" "Our arrangement," she repeated. "You're not growing with me, David. You're holding me back." "By existing?" Her jaw tightened. "Gregory can offer me things you can't. Stability, status, a future that matches my ambitions. So this is about money. This is about being realistic." She pulled her robe tighter. "My family chose someone better. You'll never be enough." The words hung there like smoke. I should have felt rage. Instead, I felt clarity, cold and sharp as broken glass. "Good luck," I said. "What?" "Good luck with Gregory. Good luck with your ambitious future. Good luck with all of it." I walked past her, grabbed my keys, and left. No yelling, no begging, no giving her the satisfaction of a reaction. I had work to do. Ethan met me at the pier office at 6 a.m. He handed me coffee, black, no sugar, and unlocked the server room. "What are we looking for?" he asked. "Hotel footage from the past 3 months. Corporate events, private dining, parking garage, cross-reference with Baxter and Hollis bookings." Ethan whistled low. "That's a lot of data. I've got time." The Grand Coastal's security contract meant we maintained their system remotely. Perfectly legal access. I wasn't hacking anything. I was doing my job. The footage loaded on 3 monitors. I started with the corporate events. There, October 15th, Baxter and Hollis quarterly meeting. Karen in a red dress I'd never seen before, laughing with Gregory near the bar, his hand on the small of her back, her leaning into him like gravity. October 22nd. Same hotel, different event. They disappeared into the executive suite hallway at 9:47 p.m., emerged at 11:23 p.m. Karen's hair was different. November 3rd, parking garage, Gregory's BMW, fogged windows. I fast-forwarded through that part. November 19th, the night Karen told me she had a work emergency and wouldn't be home. Hotel lobby footage showed her checking in at 8:15 p.m. Gregory arrived at 8:22 p.m. They went to room 447, together. Ethan watched over my shoulder. "Jesus, David. Keep going." I pulled phone records next. Our shared plan made it easy. The pattern was obvious once you knew where to look. Calls that lasted hours, always late at night. Text bursts that coincided with her headaches and my annoying questions. But it was the receipts that made it irrefutable. Karen was meticulous about expense reports. She'd saved everything to our shared cloud account, the one she'd forgotten I still had access to. Dinner at Enzo's, 2 people, $240. The night she'd told me she was eating alone. Hotel room service, champagne, oysters, chocolate-covered strawberries. Charged to Gregory's corporate card, but delivered to a room under Karen's name. "This isn't just an affair," Ethan said. "This is organized." "It's a replacement plan," I said. "They're not sneaking around. They're auditioning." My phone buzzed. Karen's text. "Where are you? We need to finish our conversation." I didn't answer. Instead, I called my cousin Lisa. She worked in HR compliance at a different firm, but she knew employment law inside and out. "Hypothetically," I said, "if a senior executive was having a relationship with someone he directly supervised, and that relationship affected promotions and assignments—" "That's not hypothetical," Lisa interrupted. "That's a lawsuit waiting to happen. Power imbalance, hostile work environment, potential quid pro quo. Does the company know?" "Not yet. They will. Trust me, someone always talks. And when they do, everyone involved gets burned. The company protects itself first." I thanked her and hung up. Ethan was printing time-stamped screenshots. "What's the plan?" "Right now? Nothing." "Nothing?" "I'm going to let them think they've won," I said. "Let them get comfortable. Sloppy. And then I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who they're really dealing with." That afternoon, I went apartment hunting. Found a place near the docks. Smaller, cheaper, mine. Signed the lease that evening. Karen came home at 8, carrying takeout from the expensive Thai place she loved. Peace offering. "Can we talk now?" she asked. "No need," I said. "I'm moving out Friday." Her face did something complicated. "That's very mature of you." "It's practical. Gregory and I don't need to hear it, Karen. You've made your choice. I'm making mine. My family thinks I don't care what your family thinks. Not anymore." She set down the takeout, and I saw it. The flash of panic. She'd expected a fight, expected me to beg or threaten or give her ammunition to paint herself as the victim. My calm was ruining her story. "You'll still need to contribute to the rent until the lease is up," she said, recovering. "Check the lease. Only my name's on it. I've been paying the full amount for 6 months." That was a lie. We'd both contributed. But she hadn't read the lease in 2 years. Didn't even know what she'd signed. "That's not—" "Friday," I repeated. "I'll be gone by Friday." She stood there in our kitchen, holding expensive Thai food, watching me dismantle 3 years of marriage with the emotional investment of someone canceling a gym membership. "You're really just giving up?" she asked. "I'm not giving up," I said. "I'm getting out." Thursday night, I packed. Karen watched from the bedroom doorway, phone in hand. "Gregory says you're being dramatic," she said. "Gregory can say whatever he wants. He thinks you might do something stupid." I looked up from the box I was filling. "Like what?" "Like, I don't know. Make trouble at my work. Spread rumors." "I don't need to spread rumors, Karen. I just need to tell the truth." Her face went pale. "You wouldn't." "I haven't decided yet. But here's something to think about. Everything you and Gregory did, everything you planned with your parents, it's all documented, time-stamped, saved, and it's not going anywhere. You're threatening me? I'm informing you. There's a difference." She left the room. I heard her on the phone in hushed, urgent tones, calling Gregory probably, or her father. Didn't matter. By Friday morning I was gone. My new place smelled like fresh paint and old regrets, but it was mine. I changed my phone number, updated my address with the bank, started moving my life into boxes that didn't include her. Ethan came by with beer and pizza. We sat on my empty floor, watching the harbor lights through the window. "She's going to come back," he said. "I know." "What are you going to do?" "Show her what she threw away." Revenge? Clarity, I corrected. She wanted better? I'm going to be better, but not for her, not anymore. Ethan tapped his beer against mine. To being better. To being free, I said. 3 weeks passed. I didn't call Karen, didn't text, didn't check her social media. I worked double shifts at the pier, spent evenings at the gym, and started sleeping through the night for the first time in months. Then the invitation came. Actually, it came to my work email, the one Karen still had access to because I'd helped set up her contacts 2 years ago. Baxter and Hollis annual gala, plus one welcome business formal. Karen called from a number I didn't recognize. Did you get the invitation? I got something. You have to come. I don't have to do anything. David, please, Richard and Patricia will be there. Gregory's being honored. It'll look strange if you're not there. You mean it'll look honest? It'll look like you're bitter. I am bitter, Karen, but I'm also busy. I need you there. Her voice cracked just enough to sound real. One last time, for appearances. Then we can file the paperwork and move on. Appearances. That's what it always came down to. Fine, I said, but I'm not wearing a tux. Just look presentable. Please. The gala was at the Grand Coastal. Of course it was. The ballroom glittered like a jewelry box, full of people wearing their salaries. I arrived alone, wearing my one good suit, the one from our wedding. It still fit. Karen found me at the bar. She looked stunning in a black dress that probably cost more than my monthly rent. You came. I said I would. Thank you. I know this is... Where's Gregory? She gestured across the room. He was holding court near the stage, surrounded by junior executives laughing too hard at his jokes. He's receiving the Excellence in Leadership Award, Karen said. Ironic. David, I'm getting a drink. I ordered whiskey. Jenny Martin was working coat check tonight, and she gave me that same sympathetic look. Heard you moved out, she said quietly. Small town. Small minds, she corrected. For what it's worth, everyone knows what she did. Everyone? Everyone who matters. Patricia found me before I could finish my drink. David, how unexpected. Karen invited me. Of course she did. Patricia's smile could cut glass. Gregory's been such a blessing for her career. You understand why we supported the transition, don't you? Transition, that's a polite word for it. Don't be crude. Karen deserves to be with someone who understands ambition. Someone rich, you mean. Someone appropriate, Patricia corrected. You're a lovely person, David, but you were never going to be enough for our daughter. Gregory can provide the lifestyle she's earned. Richard appeared with champagne. Patricia, David. Lovely evening. Your daughter's date is about to get an award, I said. Our daughter's future, Richard said. You're a good sport, David. Not everyone could handle this with such grace. Who says I'm handling it? Patricia's eyes narrowed. What does that mean? It means I'm getting another drink. I moved through the crowd, documenting everything. Names, faces, who was standing with whom. My phone's camera stayed in my pocket, but my eyes recorded everything. Gregory took the stage at 8:30. The lights dimmed. A video played. Testimonials from colleagues, clients, community leaders. Everyone loved Gregory. I'm honored to receive this recognition, he said, holding the crystal trophy like a scepter. But I couldn't have done it without my incredible team, especially Karen Pierce, whose dedication and talent have been invaluable to our success. The spotlight found Karen in the audience. She stood, blushing, while everyone applauded. Gregory's eyes locked on mine for just a second. His smile widened. He'd called her out by name, in front of everyone, marking his territory. After the ceremony, the crowd dispersed into smaller conversations. I watched Gregory and Karen near the balcony doors, his hand on her waist, her laughing at something he whispered. Then he looked at me again, deliberately, and pulled her closer. Challenge accepted. Lisa had agreed to come as my date, my cousin, but nobody here knew that. She arrived late, wearing red, looking corporate and competent. "Which one's the asshole?" she asked. I pointed. "He looks exactly like I imagined. Smug, expensive watch, probably calls women females. That's him." "And her?" Karen was watching us now, confused by Lisa's presence. "Let's say hello," Lisa said. We crossed the ballroom. Karen's face went through several expressions. "Karen," I said, "this is Lisa. Lisa, Karen." "Your wife." Lisa extended her hand. "I've heard so much." "Ex-wife soon," Karen corrected, shaking it weakly. "And you are?" "David's date." Karen's jaw tightened. "That was fast." "Life moves on," I said. Gregory appeared beside Karen, sliding his arm around her shoulders. "Everything okay here?" "Just introducing people," I said. "Gregory Vance, Lisa Crawford. Lisa works in HR compliance at Morrison & Associates." Something flickered in Gregory's face. HR compliance. He understood the implication. "Pleasure," he said, not offering his hand. "David's told me about your work relationship with Karen," Lisa said sweetly. "It's so modern, isn't it? Mixing business and pleasure." "We're professionals," Gregory said. "Of course. I'm sure Baxter and Hollis has excellent policies about workplace relationships, especially between supervisors and their direct reports." The color drained from Karen's face. "Karen and I are equals," Gregory said, but his voice had an edge now. "Oh, that's right. She just got promoted. Under your supervision. To a position you controlled. How fortunate." Gregory's smile was gone. "If you'll excuse us." He steered Karen away, whispering urgently in her ear. "That was fun," Lisa said. "His blood pressure just spiked 15 points. You think anyone heard? David, in a room this size, with acoustics this good? Half the company heard me, and the other half will hear about it by Monday." We left shortly after. As we walked out, I saw Gregory cornering Karen near the bar, his face red, his finger jabbing the air between them. Trouble in paradise. Monday morning, I got a text from an unknown number. "We need to talk. Private. Tonight. K." I didn't respond. Tuesday, another text. "David, please. I made a mistake. Gregory isn't who I thought. My family was wrong. Can we meet?" Still didn't respond. Wednesday, she showed up at the pier. I was checking camera mounts when Ethan radioed me. "You've got a visitor. North entrance." Karen stood by the ticket booth, looking small in her expensive coat. "You don't answer your phone," she said. "I changed my number." "Why?" "Clean slate." "David, we need to talk about Gregory." "No, we don't." "He's not what my parents thought. He's controlling, possessive. He's saying things about us, about our marriage, that aren't true. He's telling people I seduced him for the promotion." "Did you?" Her face flushed. "That's not fair." "None of this is fair, Karen. I made a mistake. I see that now. My family pushed me toward him, and I thought he was better. But he's not. You were the good one, David. You were the one who actually cared." Past tense, correct. "Can we talk? Really talk? Maybe try counseling?" "No." "Just like that?" "Just like that." She grabbed my arm. "I'm asking you to fight for us." I pulled free. "You told me I'd never be enough. You chose someone better. So I'm letting you have him. All of him. Everything that comes with Gregory Vance, including whatever he's doing to your reputation right now. He's destroying me at work. He's telling people, not my problem." "You're really going to walk away?" "I already did. You're just noticing now." "David." "Go home, Karen. Or go to Gregory. I don't care which. But don't come back here." I walked away. She didn't follow. Ethan was waiting by the security office. Cold. Necessary. She looked pretty wrecked. She looked panicked. There's a difference. You think Gregory's really turning on her? I think Gregory's protecting Gregory, and Karen's starting to realize what better actually costs. That night, I got a call from Lisa. "You're not going to believe this. Try me." Someone filed an HR complaint at Baxter and Hollis, anonymous, detailed allegations about Gregory Vance and workplace misconduct, multiple relationships, quid pro quo promotions, hostile environment. They're launching a full investigation. Who filed it? Can't say. But whoever it was had documentation, lots of it. Huh. David, if this was you... It wasn't. If it was you, she continued, you should know that Gregory's already lawyering up, and he's throwing everyone under the bus to save himself, including Karen. What does that mean? It means she's about to learn a very expensive lesson about choosing the wrong ally. I hung up and poured myself a drink. Through my window, the harbor lights blinked like distant stars. Karen had wanted better. She was about to get what she deserved instead. The investigation at Baxter and Hollis moved faster than anyone expected. By Friday, Gregory was on administrative leave. By the following Monday, 3 more women had come forward with complaints. Karen called me 17 times. I answered once. "Did you do this?" she asked. "Do what?" "The HR complaint. The investigation. Did you?" "Karen, I don't even work at your company." "But you know people. You have access to things." "I have access to the truth. That's all. What Gregory did to you, to those other women, that's on him. I just made sure the right people knew about it. He's saying I'm part of it, that I knew about his other relationships and used them to get ahead." "Did you?" Silence. "Karen?" "I didn't know about all of them, just... I knew he had a reputation, but I thought if I was different, if I was special, you thought you could change him. I thought I could win. You lost." She started crying. Real tears this time, not the performative kind. "My job is in danger, my reputation, everything I worked for, and my parents, they're furious. They said I embarrassed them, that I should have been smarter." "What does Gregory say?" "He's not taking my calls. His lawyer told me to stop contacting him." "So you're alone?" "I have nobody, David. I destroyed us for someone who used me, and now I have nobody." "You have your family. They chose Gregory. They chose the image of success, and now that it's falling apart, they're choosing distance. I'm sorry, Karen. I really am. But I can't fix this for you. I'm not asking you to fix it. I'm asking you to forgive me." I looked out at the harbor, where boats rocked gently in their slips. "I can't do that yet. Maybe not ever." "I love you. You loved the idea of me, the safety, but you loved Gregory's money and status more. You made your choice. Now you live with it." "David." I hung up. Lisa called an hour later. "It's getting worse. 2 junior employees just testified that Gregory created a hostile environment for anyone who rejected his advances, and Karen's name keeps coming up as someone who benefited from the relationship." "Will she get fired?" "Probably not fired, but demoted, sidelined, definitely. The company's going to distance itself from everyone involved. That's how these things work." "What about Gregory?" "He's done. They're negotiating his exit package now. No severance, no recommendations. He's toxic." "Good. David, I need to ask you something." "Yeah?" "The anonymous complaint, the one that started all of this. It included security footage from the Grand Coastal, timestamps, hotel records, phone logs. That's not something a random employee would have access to." "No, it's not. But someone who manages security systems for half the businesses in this town might." "Hypothetically." "Hypothetically," she agreed. "Did you break any laws?" "I accessed systems I'm authorized to access. I reported misconduct I witnessed. I protected people who couldn't protect themselves." "And if Gregory figures out it was you? What's he going to do? Sue me for telling the truth?" "He might. Let him. I've got 18 months of documented evidence showing exactly what he did and who knew about it. My conscience is clean. You know Karen's going to figure it out too." "I know. And she'll realize that the man she thought wasn't enough the one she threw away for someone better, was the only one who actually gave a damn about consequences. 3 days later, Gregory's resignation was announced. The official statement mentioned pursuing other opportunities. Everyone knew what it really meant. Karen showed up at my apartment that evening. I watched her through the peephole, debating whether to answer. She knocked again. "I know you're in there, David. Please." I opened the door. She looked terrible. No makeup, hair pulled back, the expensive veneer stripped away. "It was you," she said. "What was me?" "The complaint, the evidence, all of it. You destroyed him." "He destroyed himself. I just made sure people knew about it." "You ruined my life." "I ruined your affair. Your life is whatever you make of it now." "Do you have any idea what this has cost me?" "Do you have any idea what you cost me?" I shot back. "You humiliated me. You paraded another man in front of my face. You told me I'd never be enough while you were sleeping with your boss in hotel rooms. So, forgive me if I don't feel bad that you're facing consequences. I loved you. You loved what I represented: stability, safety, a fallback option. But you didn't love me, Karen. You never did." "That's not true." "Then why did you leave?" She didn't have an answer. "Gregory used you," I said. "Your parents used you. And yeah, I made sure the truth came out. But I didn't create the situation. You did. You chose this. I want to fix it." "You can't." "We could try again, start over. I'll quit Baxter and Hollis. We'll move somewhere new, somewhere nobody knows us." "Karen, stop. I'm serious. I've learned my lesson. I know what I had now. I know what I lost." "Yeah, you do. And that's where this ends. Please, David, I'm begging you. Remember when you told me your family chose someone better? When you said I'd never be enough?" She nodded, tears streaming. "I believed you. And I spent the last 2 months proving you right. I wasn't enough for you. But you know what? You're not enough for me anymore either. You wanted better? Go find it. But it's not me. I have nowhere to go. That's not my problem. You're really just done?" "I was done the moment you chose him over me. Everything since then has just been logistics." I stepped back and closed the door. She knocked a few more times, crying, begging, but I didn't answer. Eventually, she left. Ethan came by later with pizza. Heard Karen was here. She was. What did she want? Forgiveness, a second chance, the old me back. And the old me doesn't exist anymore. She destroyed him. This is who's left. Is that better or worse? Honest, I said. It's just more honest. We ate in silence, watching the boats in the harbor. Somewhere across town, Karen was probably crying to her parents. Gregory was probably meeting with lawyers. Their perfect plan had imploded, and I was eating pizza in my small apartment, finally sleeping through the night. "You did the right thing," Ethan said. "I did the necessary thing. There's a difference." Still, Gregory was a predator. Karen enabled him. They both deserved what they got. Maybe, but it doesn't feel like winning. What does it feel like? Like closing a wound. It's going to scar, but at least it'll heal. My phone buzzed. Another text from Karen's new number. "Please talk to me. I'm losing everything." I deleted it. "You're cold as hell," Ethan said, impressed. "I'm just done being warm for people who don't deserve it." Fair enough. We finished the pizza. The harbor lights blinked on, and for the first time in months, I felt something like peace settling in my chest. Not happiness. Not yet. But peace. 2 weeks passed quietly. Then Gregory made his move. I was closing up the pier office when headlights flooded the parking lot. A BMW. Gregory's BMW. Ethan was still inside, reviewing camera footage. I radioed him. "Stay alert. We might have a situation." Gregory got out of the car, leaving the engine running. He looked like hell, unshaven, rumpled suit, the polish stripped away. "David," he called out, "we need to talk." There's nothing to talk about. You destroyed my career, my reputation, everything I built. You destroyed those things yourself. I just documented it. He moved closer. You think you're clever? Hiding behind HR complaints and anonymous tips? I know it was you. Prove it. I don't need to prove it. I know. The security footage, the phone records, the hotel logs, nobody else had access to that information. I'm a security systems contractor. I have access to a lot of things. You're a vindictive ex-husband who couldn't handle losing. I didn't lose anything worth keeping. His face twisted. Karen was mine. She chose me. No, Gregory. She chose your money and your connections. She didn't choose you any more than she chose me. She chose ambition. And when your value dropped to zero, so did her interest. You're just figuring that out now. You turned her against me. You did that yourself when you threw her under the bus to save your own ass. How many women did you sleep with at that company, Gregory? 5? 10? How many promises did you make? How many careers did you boost or bury depending on whether they said yes? That's business. That's predation. And you finally got caught. He stepped closer, fists clenched. You're going to regret this. Am I? Because from where I'm standing, you're the one facing lawsuits and professional ruin. I'm just the guy who told the truth. I could make your life very difficult. You could try. Behind me, the office door opened. Ethan stepped out, holding his phone. Evening, Mr. Vance. Just want you to know that this entire conversation is being recorded, audio and video, for security purposes, of course. Gregory's eyes darted to the camera mounted above the door. The red light blinked steadily. So, if you're thinking about making threats, or getting physical, Ethan continued, you should know that this footage will be time-stamped, backed up to the cloud, and admissible in court. Just thought you should know. Gregory's shoulders sagged. You planned this. I prepared for it, I corrected. There's a difference. You're predictable, Gregory. Powerful men like you always are. When you can't intimidate someone with status, you try violence. But we're not at your corporate office. We're at my workplace, on my turf, surrounded by my cameras. What do you want? I want you to leave. Tonight. Tomorrow. Forever. I want you to stay away from Karen, stay away from me, and deal with whatever legal consequences are coming your way. That's all. And if I don't? Then this footage goes to your lawyers, Karen's lawyers, Baxter and Hollis's lawyers, and every HR director in the state, and your attempts to intimidate me become part of the public record. He stared at me for a long moment. Then he laughed, bitter and defeated. You really think you've won, don't you? I think I survived. That's enough. Karen's already calling me again. Did you know that? Begging me to take her back, saying she made a mistake. She's going to crawl right back the moment I let her. Then you deserve each other. Maybe we do. He turned back toward his car. You know what's funny? She never loved either of us. She loved the idea of winning. And when she couldn't win with you, she tried with me. And when she can't win with me, she'll try with the next guy. You didn't save her from me, David. You just delayed the inevitable. Probably, but at least I'm not part of it anymore. He got in his BMW and drove away, taillights disappearing into the dark. Ethan let out a breath. Jesus, I thought he was going to take a swing at you. He wanted to, but Gregory's too smart to do something that would cost him what little he has left. You think he's right? About Karen? Yeah, probably. But she's not my problem anymore. We locked up and walked to our cars. The pier creaked in the wind, old wood and salt air, and the sound of the ocean grinding everything down to nothing. You did good tonight, Ethan said. Kept your cool, didn't give him anything he could use. I'm tired of giving people ammunition. From now on, they can fight their own battles. What about Karen? What about her? She's called me 3 times this week, asking about you, asking if you're seeing anyone, asking if there's any chance. There isn't. You should probably tell her that. I did. She'll figure it out eventually. I drove home to my small apartment. The place still smelled like fresh paint, but it was starting to feel like mine. New furniture, new routines, new life. My phone buzzed. Another text from Karen. Gregory came by. He told me what you did. I know you're trying to protect me. Thank you. I stared at the message for a long time. Then I blocked her number. Some wounds need clean cuts to heal properly. 3 months passed. Spring turned to summer. The pier got busy with tourists and seasonal workers. I got promoted to operations manager. More responsibility, better pay, no drama. Karen's texts stopped after I blocked her third number. Her parents stopped calling after I threatened to file harassment charges. Gregory disappeared entirely. Word was he'd moved to Atlanta to consult. I started dating again. Nothing serious, just coffee and conversation with people who didn't know my history. Life moved on. Then one evening, she was there. I was leaving the gym, a new habit, part of the rebuilding, when I saw her sitting on the hood of a car in the parking lot. My car. Karen, what are you? I needed to see you. How did you know I'd be here? I've been driving past for a week. I knew you'd show up eventually. That's called stalking. That's called persistence. She slid off the hood. You look good, different. I am different. I can see that. She gestured at my car. New vehicle. New life. Everything's new. I got demoted. Did you hear? No. Back to junior account manager. They said it was part of the restructuring after Gregory left, but everyone knows why. I'm the woman who slept with her boss. That's my reputation now. I'm sorry. Are you? For what it's worth, yeah. I didn't want to ruin your career. I wanted to stop Gregory from hurting more people. Mission accomplished. He's gone. I'm ruined, and you're thriving. I'm surviving. There's a difference. David, I need you to understand something. What happened with Gregory? That wasn't about you. It wasn't because you weren't enough. It was because I was broken inside. I was chasing something that didn't exist. I know. Do you? Because I need you to know that leaving you was the worst mistake of my life, not because of what I lost professionally, not because Gregory turned out to be a nightmare, but because I lost the only person who actually cared about me without conditions. Karen, please, just listen. She stepped closer. I've spent 3 months in therapy, real therapy, dealing with why I sabotaged something good for something shiny. And I understand now. My parents raised me to believe that love was transactional, that I had to earn it by achieving things, so I kept chasing bigger achievements, better partners, higher status, but none of it filled the hole. And you think I can fill it? I think you're the only person who ever saw me as something other than an accomplishment, and I threw that away. Yes, you did. Can we try again? No. She flinched like I'd slapped her. Just like that? Just like that. Why? Because you're right about one thing. You're broken, and I can't fix broken people. I tried that with us the first time, and it didn't work. You need to fix yourself. Alone. I'm trying. Try harder. Go to therapy. Work on your issues. Figure out who you are without your parents' voices in your head. But do it without me. I still love you. Maybe you do. But love isn't enough. It never was. What is enough? Respect, trust, partnership, all the things you couldn't give me when it mattered. She started crying. I was wrong. I see that now. Good. Learn from it. Be better for the next person. There won't be a next person. There will be. And maybe you'll treat them right, but it's not going to be me. Please, David, I'm begging you. Stop begging. Have some dignity. Dignity? You destroyed my life and you're lecturing me about dignity? I reported workplace misconduct. That's not the same thing. You knew it would destroy me. I knew it would destroy Gregory. You were collateral damage. And honestly, you deserve to face some consequences, not for loving the wrong person, but for how you treated me, for the humiliation, for bringing him to family dinners and rubbing it in my face. I was wrong. You were cruel, and I'm not interested in giving cruel people second chances. So that's it? 3 years of marriage gone? You ended the marriage when you chose him. I'm just declining to resurrect the corpse. She wiped her eyes, mascara smearing. I hope you find someone who deserves you. I hope you find yourself. Actually find yourself. Not the version your parents want or the version Gregory needed. The real you. And if I do, then you'll be better equipped for your next relationship, but it won't be with me. I unlocked my car. She stood there in the parking lot, small and broken and finally understanding what she'd lost. Goodbye, Karen. Goodbye, David. I drove away without looking back. 6 weeks later, I got a letter. Handwritten. Karen's handwriting. David, I'm not asking for anything. I just wanted you to know that I've quit Baxter and Hollis. I'm moving to Portland. Fresh start. New company. No connections to my parents or Gregory or any of it. Therapy is helping. I'm starting to understand the patterns that led me to destroy the best thing I had. I'm not fixed. I might never be fixed, but I'm trying. You were right about everything. I was cruel. I was selfish. I prioritized status over substance. And I hurt you in ways I'm only now beginning to comprehend. I don't expect forgiveness. I don't deserve it. But I wanted you to know that you changed me, not by taking me back, not by giving me another chance, but by refusing to let me off the hook, by holding me accountable. The old David would have forgiven me immediately, would have taken me back despite everything, would have prioritized my feelings over his own boundaries. The new David is stronger, better, more complete. I'm glad one of us grew. Take care of yourself. Karen. I read it twice. Then I put it in a drawer and went to work. Ethan found me checking camera systems on the North Pier. You okay? Yeah, why? You've got that look. Like you're processing something heavy. Karen's moving to Portland. Good. Distance will help. She wrote me a letter, an actual apology. Did she ask for anything? No, she just apologized. Acknowledged what she did. Took responsibility. That's growth. Doesn't change anything. Doesn't have to. But maybe it gives you closure. Maybe. We worked in silence for a while, replacing a faulty camera mount. The ocean stretched out forever, gray-green and infinite. You ever regret it? Ethan asked. Going after Gregory? Burning it all down? Sometimes, late at night when it's quiet. I wonder if I should have just walked away and let karma handle it. But then I remember the other women. The ones who came forward after my complaint. The ones who'd been quiet because they thought nobody would believe them. Gregory hurt people. Systematically, for years, and Karen helped him, intentionally or not. So, no regrets. No regrets about stopping him, some regrets about the collateral damage. But that's life. Nothing's clean. You're different now. You know that, right? How so? Harder, more guarded. You don't trust people the way you used to. Can you blame me? No, but don't let what Karen did turn you into Gregory. I stopped working and looked at him. What does that mean? It means don't let bitterness make you cruel. Gregory hurt people because he could, because it felt good. Make sure your boundaries come from strength, not from a desire to hurt back. I hear you. Do you? Yeah, Ethan, I do. We finished the repair and headed back. The pier was closing down for the night, lights dimming, the last tourists trickling out. My phone buzzed, an unknown number. I almost didn't answer. Hello? David, it's Jenny, from the hotel. Hey Jenny, what's up? I've been meaning to call you about that night, the gala. What about it? I saw everything. What Gregory did to you, how Karen treated you, and I felt terrible about it. But I didn't know what to say. You don't need to apologize. I know. But I wanted you to know that everyone saw it. Everyone knew what she was doing. And when everything came out about Gregory, people weren't surprised. They were relieved. You did the right thing. Thanks, Jenny. Also, there's something else. Yeah? My cousin Rachel just moved back to town. She's a marine biologist. Smart, funny, loves old boardwalks and terrible pier food. I think you'd like her. I smiled. You trying to set me up? Only if you're interested. No pressure. But Rachel, good people. And you deserve good people. Give me her number. Let's see what happens. Really? Really. We said goodbye. I looked out at the ocean, at the pier stretching into darkness, at the life I'd rebuilt from scratch. Karen was right about one thing. I had changed. I wasn't the man who'd sat through that dinner, swallowing humiliation while his wife's family chose her replacement. I wasn't the man who'd begged or pleaded or made himself small to keep someone who didn't want him. I was the man who walked away, who set boundaries, who demanded respect, and maybe, just maybe, I was ready to try again with someone new, someone who wouldn't need me to be perfect, who wouldn't measure my worth against a bank account or a corporate title, someone who'd choose me because of who I was, not what I could provide. I texted Jenny back. Send me Rachel's number. Let's get coffee. 3 dots appeared. Then disappeared. Then appeared again. Sending now. Good luck, David. You've earned it. The number came through. I saved it. Tomorrow I'd reach out. Tomorrow I'd take a chance on something new. But tonight, I stood on my pier, breathing salt air, feeling strong and whole, and finally free. The ocean kept moving. The lights kept blinking. And somewhere in the darkness, my new life was waiting.